kind of the smaller starting lineup? Obviously, originally it was going to be AD instead of Wenyen, but what did you think of the spacing? How do you think Austin fit with that group, and Pat and kind of Russ, the three guards?
That's definitely the luxury of our ball club. We have so many different pieces that coach can kind of mix in and decide, what fits with best with the personnel that we have on the floor, with what lineups can work well, both offensively and defensively, that give us the best chance to win every night. But I thought tonight's lineup looked pretty good, but also I thought Monday's lineup looked pretty good too. But we made another step forward, and that's something I'm extremely happy about.
LeBron, I know you said Monday you weren't really counting the makes or misses. That being said, after Monday starting out this game 8 for 9, did that feel pretty good to kind of get in that rhythm?
I think that's what the preseason is all about, trying to get into game shape and also getting a good rhythm. Getting your legs back underneath you, getting back up and down the floor, having bodies hit you, you hitting bodies, and, just getting that, that motion of what gameplay is all about. So for me to be in a rhythm, both offensively and defensively tonight, that benefited our team while I was out there. I thought that was beneficial to all of us.
Were you able to catch Victor Wembanyama last night?
I did.
What did you think of him? And also, not just on the court, but you at one point were, the it guy coming into the draft. Like, I wonder if you could share a little bit about what it's like to be in that position, if you can think back that far.
What do I think of him? I think probably the same as everybody else think. Everybody, we're labeling like this unicorn thing. Everybody's been a unicorn over the last few years, but he's more like an alien. I've never seen, no one has ever seen anyone as tall as he is, but as fluid and as graceful he is out on the floor. That's 7'4" or 7'5" or 7'3", whatever the case may be. His ability to put the ball on the floor, shoot step-back jumpers out of the post, step-back threes, catch and shoot threes, block shots. He's for sure a generational talent, and hopefully he continues to stay healthy. That's what's most important for him personally. But you could tell he loves the game. He was smiling a lot while playing the game last night. I think it was the two best players in the draft on the floor last night. They both did their thing, and it was. But he's a big-time player, and Scooter's a big-time player as well. For me, what I went through, I thank God I didn't have social media. That's all I can say. I can't imagine what my life how would have been different, or what would have transpired with me with social media. And but I'm happy I didn't have social media, and I'm happy I was from a small town of Akron, Ohio. It definitely just kept me in the bunker and kept me locked in on what the task at hand as a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. It made me lock in.
Bron, it's only, like you said, it's only preseason, of course, but even for somebody who's done everything that you've done and all the stuff you still can do, when you get going, like Kyle said, that 8 for 9 start, but it was more than that. Like, the bounce was there, like the rhythm, you were like floating, kind of. How much do you still need that? Like, do you still need to remind yourself that you can get to that place pretty easy still, even in year 20?
It's always gratifying to know that the work that you put in can have results. And I'm not a guy who's, you know me, you've known me for years, obviously, over 10 years now. I've just never been a person to just cheat the game. I've always put the work in throughout the whole off season to prepare myself for, the marathon. And whenever that marathon ends, I don't know. Hopefully it's until June. That's what I've always tried to prepare myself for. But it's always good when you can see the results of the work that you put in, and tonight was a byproduct of it.
Last two.
LeBron, here, I'm the local guy. You talked about wanting to have an NBA team in Las Vegas. You came here, I remember played against the Warriors, and tonight you get a lot of love. They love you out here. What's your thought of the atmosphere when you come out to Las Vegas, and just, how the fans respond to you out here?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's the best fan base in the world, and I would love to bring a team here at some point. That would be amazing. And I know Adam is in Abu Dhabi right now, I believe. That's where they at right now? Yeah, with the Bucks and Atlanta. So, but he probably sees every single interview and transcript that comes through from NBA players. So I want the team here, Adam. Thank you.
Last question.
Hey, LeBron. Austin Reeves got his first look in the starting lineup tonight, so I just want to get your thoughts on his play, how he fits with that group, and the jump he can make in year 2.
Austin can fit in any group. Just a guy who plays extremely hard, plays well, doesn't make mistakes, always is in the right place at the right time, and he plays extremely hard. His IQ is very high, and so he fits in any group, and it's always good to be out on the floor with him. I love AR. He's just super duper cool. He don't do much of anything besides play ball, chill, and golf. And I will always be a fan of AR for the rest of his career. Hopefully, his career is a lot longer than what I got with my career. If I'm still playing and he's not playing, then that's a problem. But AR is great, man. Appreciate it.
Rotations, you're expecting to be playing some, and then the end of the game group. But want to ask you about those first 2 groups, what you saw on both ends of the court.
I saw a great deal of carryover from our film session we had this morning, our shoot around. A great improvement from game 1 to game 2 of the preseason, and just a focus to do the little things. And we pinpointed some stuff defensively, off the ball, in the pick and roll that we wanted to improve, and I thought we did that tonight. Just mixing up the groups again, wanting to see a small ball lineup. I thought it went well. LeBron is LeBron, and he caught fire a little bit in that first half, but I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. Again, I just told my group we don't want to ever get accustomed to losing and get comfortable with losing, but this time of the year is just it's not so much about the final score as it is about seeing that you're improving and your principles are being adopted and embraced and carried out. And I thought all of that happened today.
You talked about on offense, the 4 out and the 1 in, and it seemed like the spacing was even improved from last game. Got
Yes.
angles. How do you see the players picking that up, and how has that evolved?
Well, it's just running habits and opening up space and knowing that with guys like Russell and Bron and K. Nunn and Dennis when he gets here, like those guys attacking the paint and going hard toward the rim, the defense is going to have to collapse, or you're going to have multiple bodies trying to get in front of them and try to contest them at the rim. So it's going to open up. Like if you sacrifice and sprint to the corners, you're going to get a hell of a lot of corner threes attempts. And we feel comfortable in everybody on our team shooting those shots. So it's just a matter of sacrificing through habits in order to make the greater good for the team in terms of floor balance and having guys knowing that they attack, defense collapse, there's somebody waiting on them to receive the pass.
Darvin, do you have an update on AD?
Yeah, we just got ahead of that in terms of he had a little bit of back tightness, lower back tightness, but we just wanted to get ahead of it. This thing is going to be a marathon, and we need him to be available and healthy, and so we're not going to try to play hero and then force him to be a hero to be out here for game 2 of a preseason game. And when we need him, once we start October 18th, everything is geared toward us being able to set a tone from that first game throughout the whole entire 82-game season. So it was just us being precautionary.
And speaking of tone setting, what did you think of LeBron's defensive energy?
I thought it was great. He was great off the ball. We had some clips that we showed at halftime. He was great contesting the rim, great on the ball. And when he's buying into it, it's hard for those other guys to be disobedient, for lack of a better term. You have to be able to work and coach your best players, and they have to be able to buy in and be willing to show and prove on that end of the floor, that side of the ball. Like I said, defense is something that we're going to hang our hat on, and we're going to figure out ways to score. There's almost 70 points in the first half, so that's going to take care of itself. We got talented offensive players, but the defensive end, being committed night in and night out to that end, is really going to allow us to compete at a very high level and have a lot of success.
First, a quick a follow on AD. Is it possible? I know you guys didn't plan for AD to play tomorrow, but is it possible that he plays tomorrow?
No, no, he won't be playing tomorrow.
And then, 16 offensive rebounds by the Suns, and you mentioned the defensive rebounding struggling in the first game, and obviously when you have a smaller lineup,
Yeah.
that's going to be more. What kind of adjustments did you see, especially in the first half, that the group made to try and get that under control?
You tend to float a little bit. Like if a shot is taken, you're on defense, and no one is in your area. You tend to stand and turn and watch instead of turning, engaging toward the ball, getting toward the paint, putting, okay, if there's no individual body for me to put my body on, then I got to go help my teammate and put two bodies on one body. And I just thought guys they were looking to do that more and just flying in and getting multiple hits and multiple guys going after the rock.